on, guys? It's your man C to the J to the C. And y'all saw what happened last night, and y'all know it's gonna happen tonight. Let's talk about it. So I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. Am I mad? No. Because y'all know I said Spurs were supposed to have the advantage this series. Spurs were supposed to move it on. Spurs had the experience and they were facing youngins and they deserved to face the Trailblazers. I said, what is Pop doing? Yeah, man, I kept on saying that. So even though I had Nuggets winning last night and they ain't win, okay. I had Nuggets winning, but you had to fit Jokic. Jokic basically had a historic game last night. This guy had the quietest 43 points that I ever seen. 43, bruh. 43 points. And basically he showed us that he's one of the top big men, and that's why you show yourself. You show in the playoffs if you got next. Who are you? You introduce everybody that was sleeping on you, like I'm that nigga, like I'm that guy, and things like that. So basically, like things like that. But they shot well, like field goal percentage. I'm looking. Jamal Murray shot 38%. That's not acceptable. You can't be shooting 38%. Gary Harris shot 62%. So 62.5%. So Gary, you shot well enough, but field goals attempted was 8, field goals made was 5. So he attempted 8 field goals the whole game, while Jamal Murray had 18. Jokic had 30. That's acceptable. Paul Millsap had 10. I need those guys, Gary Harris and Paul Millsap, to have more attempts at the ball. Like, if you're shooting that well, there's no way a guy like Jamal Murray, who's having a bad shooting night, should be having the ball more than you guys. It's unacceptable. Like, Jamal Murray had 18 attempts and only made 7. That's like how your supposed leader be shooting that bad and basically like you expect to win. So Jamal Murray had a horrible shooting night. Jokic was on one. Like I said, Spurs just wanted it more. Like Pop, I don't know what he did, but like Pop said at the end of the conference, he said this is the first time. He said Nuggets been doing that mostly the whole series, like basically like a team. Like a team, they've been doing great and things like that. And basically like they got this. They got this because they finally was doing it as a team. Rudy Gay showed up. DeMar DeRozan and Aldridge finally were the stars of the series that we thought they'd be for this whole series. And basically they show up last night, but Jamal Murray shot horrible, like I said. You had Monte Morris, the bench just shot horrible. Like they shot them out the building. Bill Barton shot 7 attempts, bro. He only had one less attempt than Gary Harris, who was shooting great. Bill Barton shot 14.3%. Get the F out of here, bro. Malik Beasley, 16.7%. 6 attempts, only 2 less than. Come on. I don't need. Torrey Craig, who's on the starting lineup, shot 33.3%. The only people who were shooting lights out and great was Paul Millsap, Jokic, and Gary Harris. And those guys didn't shoot enough. Like, Jokic did, but I'm talking about Gary Harris and Paul Millsap. If they're shooting that great, they should have more attempts. Jamal Murray, if you see you're having a bad night, it's time to make those guys feed. I feel like in Denver, they're going to shoot lights out. The energy they're going to get from the fans, they're going to understand the moment. I think Mike Malone, after the conference, he's going to get. But like I said, you don't know what schemes and plans that Pop have for the Nuggets in Game 7. It could be something they're not ready for. It could be something that basically like they never seen before. So we're just going to have to wait and see if those guys are like ready for that. Because best believe Pop is going to have the Spurs ready. They're going to have to continue the virtuoso they had last night. They're going to have to continue with things like that. Like, it was great. DeMar DeRozan shot 75%. That's what I like seeing. 75%, 25 points. LaMarcus Aldridge, 55.6%. Lamarcus Aldridge. 67.7 for Jacob, Forbes 62, Derek White 57. You see, 63% for Rudy Gay. Popovic knows how to make them move the ball around, make sure that everybody's shooting a high percentage, which also showed me that Denver Nuggets defense was horrible last night. It was horrible because you can't have those guys shooting this high, and it's multiple guys, not just a few. While you're looking at Nuggets, it's only three guys: Gary Harris, Jokic, and Paul Millsap. And those guys, besides Jokic, didn't have enough attempts. You gotta have enough attempts if you have the hot hand. And I understand the system that Nuggets are doing last night. Jamal Murray didn't have it going, but I doubt he's gonna be that horrible in Game 7. Like, those guys are gonna be ready. I hope Spurs are ready for it. But it was a crazy game. Congrats to Spurs. Like I said, I'm not mad that my prediction was wrong. I'm happy that Spurs showed up and they finally got formula. They just got keep this formula, but advance it even more in Game 7. And Pop just got to make sure they win. Because which one do we I want to see? Nuggets and Dame and Trailblazers, or you want to see Spurs and Trailblazers? The Spurs and Trailblazers, at least got two stars, and then Spurs and Cavs. You got LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan versus C.J. McCollum and Dame Lillard. And then it also up who has more support in the Cavs. While Nuggets, you do have rising stars too. Jamal Murray, you got Jokic, you have like young Paul Millsap been there, done that. But at the end of the day, Game 7 is gonna decide who wants. Game 7 is gonna be decided by who wants it more. Who wants it more? Who came with the better plan? Who has like the right tactical techniques? And which team, as a team effort, brings more to the table? And that's the only way this series is gonna be decided. And we're gonna see who faces the Trailblazers in the second round. But it all comes to like Game 7, and we also know tonight is Clippers and Golden State, and that prediction is later. Once again, it's your man C to the J to the C. Sports talk about it. Be breezy.